welcome back to The Average White Guys. My name is Alex Haynes, one of the owners of A Squared. We turn those likes into dollar bills through marketing. And if you want to know more, check us out online. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm talking about him every time we're on this show. He actually opened up in the Apollo, and it was so packed out, and there was so much chaos, you'll never find it online, and you'll never be able to find it. But I swear to God, it happened. That's right. The one, the only, the legendary, should have won an Oscar this year, Justin Scouten of LOW.
It's a complete secret recording. That's why.
Complete secret recording. Yes. You will never find it. And if you do, it was made by AI.
Hey, everybody. This is Justin with LOW Properties Community Real Estate Services. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Justin, I'm so excited to be here. Every week I get to hang out with you, talk to you and the good people of the world. And if you saw an old episode, possibly ET, about the stuff we do. What are we talking about tonight?
Oh, it's exciting.
Oh, I'm ready.
Taxes. Sorry. I
you
thought
said exciting,
right?
I thought we were talking about money, sex, drugs, rock and roll.
No, those are the taboo things you cannot talk about, unfortunately.
Oh, we can't. Yeah, we'll get 100% just.
But everybody loves talking about taxes.
Yeah, no one loves talking. You know the only person I know who loves talking about taxes right now? The tax person, CPAs. They're like all excited because they just all got paid.
That's it.
And we all just lost money. Thank you, U.S. government. We love you. Please don't look at my taxes. I love the IRS. Please go away. Don't audit me.
Some of the conversation in here may get in there though, but who knows?
Hopefully no one in the U.S. government ever watches this podcast.
So we're talking about this. This episode will be coming out sometime a little before, maybe after our good old April 15th deadline of turning in your taxes. So
if it's after April 15th and you go, wait, taxes, now is the time to panic.
Yes. And really what we're not going to be talking about taxes really in this episode
because
I cannot give you any
forms, 10 easy form. Was it 1040 easy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I don't even know what it's
1099.
1099. Yes. We're not going to talk about deductions.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, see, I got all excited. I was prepared. I even brought my paperwork right here. Should I bring it out? You're going to do my taxes for me?
Tax.
Yeah, yes. These are all my receipts in a shoebox from 1975 on. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, what is it the attorneys and CPAs say? I'm not a licensed person, so I can't talk about this. So that's why we're not going to talk.
We are not licensed about this. Probably if you watch the show, you should just not.
Yeah, if you're doing it for taxes,
you run the other way.
What we're talking about, though, is two different things here.
Go ahead. What are we talking about?
Are you one that tries to play the game of paying your taxes ahead of time and maybe guessing whether you are going to owe at the end, or are you one that wants to go ahead and use it kind of as a forced savings? Or I guess there's a hybrid somewhere in the mix there.
There's a third option.
Yeah.
That's me. Oh, crap. It's taxes. Oh, crap. I haven't done anything this year with taxes. Oh, crap.
An extension.
I have to pay so much money.
Yes.
What's an extension? How does one get it? When do I owe that money?
That's it.
All those questions usually happen at the same time.
April 16th when you hear it was the deadline.
15th at like 11:59 when I'm like, get it. Submit.
So the other thing we're going to talk about, though, is what if you had a big tax return, or what if you came into a large sum of money? Chunk
of change.
That's it.
Cha-ching.
Would you just spend it? Are you a saver? How would it go? And what does the average person actually do? So those are the things we're going to talk about.
I'm so excited about the second half of this conversation. Yeah. So make sure you stay with us the first half. I'm not saying it's going to be boring. I'm just saying I'm going to drink a little bit of an energy drink while we talk about this.
So when we are talking about whether or not you are the type that tries to save their money, like for years, is not owning a business. And when I was turning in my 1099, no, what is it?
W-2, yeah.
When I was turning in my W-2, you can put on there, you have independence, no independence. So this way it would depend on how much they take out at the beginning, right?
Okay, well, let's talk about the dependence thing. I found out recently.
No, cats do not count.
Cats 100% should count. I spend a lot of money on my fur babies, and if I could adopt them and give them my last name, which I have done, not officially, I should. You know how much money I spend on these little fur brats?
All right.
A lot.
Remember, we've had these conversations, Alex.
Okay, don't say the thoughts inside my head out loud all the time.
There's that one too. But you did say you are trying to date now. So,
yeah. I meant I'm a manly man with ferocious tigers.
Yes.
They think they're tigers. They're so cute.
Yes. So when we are
follow my Instagram.
So when we are talking about independence, we are talking about children. Those who have them get to.
Do they have to be your children?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Under the age of 18.
Come on, man. All these rules.
I know, right?
Someone in the government made this thing.
There is one tax thing I heard this year that you get $1,000, I guess, in just credit or refund if you do have a
No,
child.
it's free money. It's an investment, like a savings account or something.
Oh, is that what it is? A forced savings or something?
You sign it, you get a $3,000 in some type of account for your kid, and it just grows over time. I've been told.
If you do have children, make sure you look into that with your CPA or whoever is going to file.
If they're new to one, they get it. If they're over to like 2 or 3, they get half of that. So even if they're not newborns within like a year or 2 or something, I think it's available. Luckily, we have a CPA, and we would love to link her in the comment section because
Cheryl Anderson.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and put her link in the.
She will love us if you watch this. Reach us out. Do the voodoo that you do so well.
I don't know where you put all that stuff.
She's the person to actually talk about money and taxes because she cried when I had a conversation with her and said, "Why do you do these things?"
So, what type of person are you? Are you going to save it? Are you going to go towards the very end?
I'm that third person. Remember,
third person. I'm that hybrid.
No, I'm the third person that forgot taxes exist until like the month before and went, "Oh crap."
Well, so then you still got to be one way or the other. So
no, there's no savings for it. It's just I now owe a bill.
Okay.
I have no money saved. I'm now in panic mode and I'm trying to figure out how to pay that bill. I'm just being honest. That's
not
usually
what
happens.
But you know what happens then? Penalties.
Yes, 100%. I am
so don't do that.
Don't do
this. Is not a life lesson from Alex Haynes.
Do the exact opposite. Yes. Until recently, I did not know you were supposed to like preemptively pay taxes like every quarter. I was like,
especially in a business.
I had no idea.
Quarterly taxes.
Yeah. Well,
estimated quarterly taxes.
I thankfully don't run our taxes for our business. I just do my personal taxes. I did not realize personally you should also do that. Luckily, I have someone who does our business stuff, so I'm assuming we're good. So
that I think comes into play though if you are one who gambles on trying to pay it at the end.
Right.
I was always one when I was an employee where I claimed the independence.
Yeah.
So that way I would have money coming back. So if you do that, then you really don't have to file the quarterly because you're ahead of it anyways.
Yeah, there's ways like you can
it's already coming out of your,
or you can take more out of your, or you can keep more of your money. It's weird. Sure. I'm the type of person who would like to see a change and just have taxes stop being taken out of my paycheck by both the state and federal. And we just go to like a VAT tax. And so you're just charged on things you buy. Cause I would just stop buying things I don't want and I would save so much money.
Yeah. I don't know enough to talk about that one.
That I understand. I lived in Europe for a couple of years. I understand how the VAT tax works. It's basically a flat tax. Yeah. And when you spend money on everything, you're paying taxes. So it's based on how much you spend. The more money you have, the more you get taxed.
I get the theory of it.
Yeah.
That's definitely, understand that. Yeah. I just don't know whether or not, I wouldn't know the goods and
I have no idea how the money actually works, but I'd imagine in the United States where we're the biggest consumer of products in the world,
we already get taxed on what we buy anyways.
Not to that. They're talking about like 20 overseas. It's like 25%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here we're in California and it's high at 9.
Yeah.
9.5.
I don't know where it's at now. It just, you got to pay it. So it doesn't make a difference.
I just assume 30 cents out of the dollar just goes to taxes, gas tax. And it's not even get started.
So I've always been the person that saves. I like it at the end. I like knowing that I'm going to get some kind of money back. And so that's how I've always done it. It's kind of like a forced savings to me. So cool. What that brought up though, is if you're getting this savings in at the end and you're that type of person, if you got $3,000 right now, just in essence, let's just say it's free money. I mean, because you weren't assuming for it.
Right.
It's not free because you were paying it already.
Right. But, so if you got $3,000 back.
Yeah. What would you be doing with it?
So I run a business. And so luckily it's been drilled into my head to either do one of 3 things. Pay off debt that I need to pay off outstanding debt, put into a savings account or something that's going to earn me interest or earn me money, or save it. It's one of those 3 things usually. There's a 4th option, which I can take a small portion, like there's a percentage, and then I can spend it on something myself, but it's usually very little. It's like maybe, so if I got 3,000, I could maybe get 25% of that to spend. The rest should go and pay off something.
You would actually do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty drilled into my head now. Like I have a budget and I try to keep to the budget.
Okay.
20 years. It took 20 years to do this. Okay. It got drilled in my head.
You're there now though.
No, I'm there now. Like, all right. So I, for a long time, struggled with money. I got to really bad debt. I remember the first time I didn't have money and I didn't know what happened when you didn't have money and you went negative in your bank account. I thought you'd get arrested. Like I thought they'd just come get you, collect you, and then throw you in jail. And like Pauper's jail was real. That's how stupid I was about money. Um, Now my family taught me about how to spend money and like be smart with money. They just never explained what happens when you run out of it because you're never supposed to run out of it.
Yeah.
And at the time I had lost a job and I had to pay bills up and it was a mess. So I dug myself out of a pretty big hole through a lot of hard work and some really predatory loans, which you should never do. You know, those people that like you can like get a lien on your car and you get a big chunk of change and you have like daily interest. Don't do that. It takes a lot to get out of it.
Well, especially at 19 to 25% interest. Is
That's what it
normally
was.
Interest rate
Oh,
is.
it was insane. Luckily now in California, that's illegal. That's why they got shut down and basically all kicked out because they were considered predatory and they lie through their teeth about stuff. So unfortunately, I was on the just last one of the few that got those. Helped me out of a bind, paid off a debt I owed somebody, but then I had to work really, really hard to pay that off, and I did, but it took a lot. Like I was working 2 or 3 jobs at the time to make that happen. I think I burned like $10,000 to $20,000 in debt in like 2 months. I wasn't sleeping a lot. I pushed. I was doing 20-hour days on average. I think at one point I almost collapsed. Like I started having panic attacks.
Well, the lesson learned here is
don't do that. Don't do any of that.
See?
But I got out of it, and most of the time I'm fine. The only time I fall back into debt is if our business doesn't do well, then I'll have to like sustain on the credit I do have. I gotta dig myself back out of that because it's never fun. But it's
part of being an entrepreneur sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's definitely times when you're like, well, there's all the money I saved, and now I'm in a hole again. Cool. In 6 months, I'll be fine.
Then you go through a COVID and nobody wants to spend money. And
the current economy right now, I was like, you want to expand? I'm like, I want to survive. I want to survive whatever the hell is happening right now.
And it's a good lesson right now too, because people are in different places and different times in their lives. And sometimes we're in a good and sometimes we're in a bad, and it fluctuates.
And I've learned too, like the rich say this well, but when you're struggling with money, it's hard to understand this. Money is a tool. And if you don't get good at using that tool or understand how the tool works, you will perpetually never have enough of it. And I had to learn the hard way. And it's still like we're doing a lot better. Don't get me wrong. This is coming from someone who's gone through all these things and now we're doing quite well. We have employees. We're doing payroll on a regular basis. You were so proud when I finally had employees. And I manage money much better. Doesn't mean I do it right all the time. Doesn't mean that I'm still not learning how to sharpen that tool because there's always another level to get to.
Well, I think it's interesting because you say that, and it's an excellent statement because people get upset with the term "the rich get richer."
Yeah, they do though.
They do because they learn how to use money as a tool. They learn how to, if you fail, how do you get back from it quicker because you made the mistakes and you made them harder sometimes because sometimes if you fail while you're rich, you could be losing millions of dollars compared to a couple $1,000s. Now, at that time, it sounds like a lot, a couple $1,000s or wherever you're at may be. Yeah. But imagine losing a couple million. Oof. But if you could build that once, you hopefully can build it again.
And that's the one thing, like the one thing I've learned in all of this through all my years is that you can make money. Mm-hmm. You can always make more money. It's stupidly, weirdly easy if you understand how to do it. Doesn't mean it's easy to do it. Like it's easy because anyone can go and do it. If you have access to a car that's of a certain age and it looks decent and it drives okay, tomorrow you could be an Uber driver. As long as you don't have a crazy record and you're a crazy person, right? You could drive 20 hours a day and do the thing no one else wants to do and you will make money. And if you grind, you will make money. And if you're smart, do your taxes. And if you're smart, you'll take that money and start investing it. Yeah. And you can snowball effect it, but you got to do the hard thing. I mean, we talk about Alex Hermosi all the time. He talks about like, if you want to be at that next level, do what everyone else avoids doing and do the hard thing. Yeah. Same thing with making money. Money is a tool. People say, well, I don't have enough time to make it. And I'm going, well, do you make the time? Well, I work 8 hours. Like,
that's cute.
Today is a 19, 20 hour day for me. No joke. I do this 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Every week.
With fitting in a workout.
Sometimes. Not as much as I should.
So this then brings me up to a certain point. We're talking about
Yeah.
if you have that money, if you got the money, if you got tax money.
Mm.
And so it brings up a conversation that I was having earlier with someone if you were given $1 million.
Sure.
And I thought this was interesting. I don't know any of the real statistics on this. I think it's BS. But somebody said that Elon Musk has enough money, so let's just say $300 billion, to where he could give $100 million to everybody.
100 million?
I'm sorry, he gave $1 million to everybody in America and he would still have tons of money.
I mean, he's richer than God, so maybe.
I'm not going to go into whether that's true or not, but the conversation came up of.
Let me just say this in case somehow this get Elon, baby daddy. If we could do a fun experiment.
Let's test this theory out. Yeah.
There's 3 of us in this room. We'd like 5 million each, and we'll make some videos. We'll tag you. We'll only use X to do this. Yes. We will 100% think about it as like a funded, sponsored video series. 15 million? That's not that big. That's not that much for you. Let's talk.
Since that's not happening,
probably not.
We'll keep going on with my theory of if everybody was to get $1 million.
Okay, let's say everyone gets $1 million.
They say, what is it? The top 20. And I think that's broken down into, there's the top 1% that just has
everything.
Yeah. We'll never be able to spend it.
Yes.
Then it kind of goes into the top 10% there. And then you're almost talking the next top, the 10 to 20%. Mm-hmm. And then there's really the rest of us.
Yeah.
Is how it works. And they say the statistics on this, if you were to get that $1 million,
right,
we'd all be in the same place.
Right.
So $1 million would most of the time is not going to help anybody. What is the statistics on winning the lottery? How many go bankrupt?
Like 90%, like more than 90. I thought it was I think there's only like 5 people in the history of the entire lottery that have not gone bankrupt. And like, they have very rigid like rules. One of them literally had to cut off everybody. They said we had to move away. We cut off everybody. We live on a budget. We don't overspend. We put it in account. Like, they were very strategic with it.
And it comes back to exactly what you said earlier, learning to use money as a tool, just like any craftsman. If you're good at using it, you're going to learn how to make it work for you.
I mean, this is like, I know $1 million seems like a lot. And I thought that recently too, because it was funny. Someone made a crazy offer and about the business. And like, we could have had that. That'd be X amount of millions of dollars for each of us. My partner was like, yeah, that's going to last us like 5 years. And I was like, $10 million each. That's not enough. He's like, no, not if we can't do this anymore. We had to do something else. He's like, it's like, we can start another business. Do you know how to do anything else? I know marketing. He's like, we can't do that if we sign this.
Yeah.
I can market the new business. He goes,
non-compete clause.
Yeah, but he's like, it won't last as long as you think it does. Plus there's taxes, plus. I'm like, at the end of the day, we'll be lucky with a couple $1 million. Yeah. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah. That is a lot though.
I mean, it is, right? But it's also not when you start actually breaking down what you need to live beyond, like they say to retire, you need like how much money? 20 million just to retire? Like, well,
oh, it depends where you live, all those type of things, right? But
I'm bougie, man. I got fuzzy cats to take care of.
Yeah.
That I can't get tax returns on.
We did just hear from the financial guru in our group, Boomer.
Yeah.
And he was, talking about that. And it is more with inflation and taxes and everything else that comes out, even though you get credits when you're older.
Sure.
I think he did say it was somewhere between $6 to $10 million to live comfortable.
Yeah.
At because nobody thinks about the healthcare.
No, things about end of life, things about like,
yeah. Are you going to have to be in an assisted home, which can range anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000, depending on the level of your assisted care? A month. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That was insane.
That's not a lot.
That's no. Yeah. That was like for mediocre care. That wasn't like good care.
Oh yeah.
That was like, oh, you're in a box and you're taken care of.
Yeah. It's
not at the nice ones.
It's 2 rooms, a bedroom and probably a living room, a kitchen, that's 3 cabinets and a sink.
You get a dish filled with candy, whether you want it or not. It's a requirement.
The Werther's
comes as
that's at the $6,000
At $10,000, you get the the cowtails, the chews with the filling in it. Those are the good ones.
Yeah. So it's interesting that if people were to get that, most of them be right back where they were. And that's based off on, unfortunately, our spending habits.
So we all hopefully made it. If you're watching this and didn't make it through COVID, you're way younger than us, or you're actually a ghost. So most of us have experienced the COVID situation.
Mhm.
During COVID, we all got COVID checks. It was great. They did a study and they said most everyone spent it
On a TV.
on a TV.
Yeah.
It was supposed to help with food.
Well, you're going to be at your house. So,
Sure,
it makes
but
sense. So.
It was a lot of money, man.
It was anywhere from what, 800 to 1600, depending on if you have kids.
Per person.
Yeah, per person.
First person. Some people are getting like $3,200, $5,000 checks, and they blew them on TVs, like big, expensive TVs. And like,
yeah,
I think Quentin's like, what are you going to do with your money? I'm like, I'm going to go buy food and pay bills.
Yeah. And that's what it was supposed to be for.
Right. That was, but I was surprised at that number. Most people, I was like, wow.
So here's the other conversation I ended up having after I kind of had that conversation with, it was my sister who I was talking about. Shout out to Tiffany.
Tiffany!
I think I'm going to get her to like it as well. So, we'll have one more subscriber.
One more subscriber. That's 3.
That's it.
While we're talking about Tiffany, is she as amazing as you? Do we have to like put people around her to protect her from everyone trying to knock down her door to get a piece of action with her? Like what?
It is a scouting thing.
So is it just like the bloodline? Are you a kin of gods? Is it like blood of the gods running in you guys? Is that what it is? Are you all Adomises?
That question is kind of like a wife asking, do I look fat in this dress?
Yeah, right? There's no good answer.
How do I answer this?
You don't. You say, I love you, honey, right?
Yes, exactly.
Is that what it is?
So,
You're beautiful to me?
It's in the Scout and bloodline.
That's probably smart. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. These are things I'm learning from him. So one day when I have a wife, I say the right things and don't live perpetually on a couch.
Yeah. So what I started going with this was if we have this money at certain ages.
Right.
And you kind of think, well, should somebody that gets $1 million, should they just be saving it all of a sudden? Should they be spending it? Most will spend it. I mean, I remember went to a trip in Australia and I did this about 22 years ago. And when we did this, it ended up costing with plane fare and everything else.
You went on a trip. I was like, did you get $1 million?
22 years ago.
Okay.
No, we went on a trip to Australia.
Okay.
Thank you for circling this back around.
I'm confused. What happened? You had $1 million and
no,
you blew it?
Never had $1 million.
Okay. Just making sure. I didn't understand.
I went on a trip about 22 years ago to Australia.
Okay.
It overall cost probably by the time we spent things on trips there and everything, plane flights and food and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that was 22 years ago. That was probably about $15,000 for me and my wife.
Wow. Yeah. You could have bought an apartment. You could have bought a whole homestead back then.
Probably.
And that would have been worth like $20 million in California because I should have been buying land in my first home at 3. Because how dare I go to recess instead of invest in the market?
22 years ago was not that long ago. We're not talking about homestead.
I'm just saying. Yes. 22 years ago,
but if you think about it, I could have put that into a savings, skip the trip.
Sure.
And by now, I would probably have, if that was in a savings, earning a decent interest, I'd probably have about $60,000.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have the stories. You wouldn't have had the experience.
So that's the question of we say to kids 20, 25, 30, maybe you're going on a trip, this whole backpack experience to Europe, right? You hear of those type of things.
Well, you probably shouldn't do that. Mostly because the world right now is burning down. So it might not be the safest thing. But I got to travel mostly because my family lived overseas, and it was eye-opening. It was worth it, right? So I think.
But you didn't have to really pay for that at that time.
There are times I had to pay for my own stuff. Like I had my own job, and I paid for like the activities outside of where I lived. I paid for, but it was cheap once you were there. So once I was there, getting to France or Germany was a tenner or 20 quid. Like it was like $20 to get on a ferry and go to another country.
Okay.
So
where I was going with that though, is that experience. You loved that experience, right?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. But could you have stayed back in America? I don't know, because you were traveling with your family, but let's just go.
Let's say I could. Yeah. Let's say you could. Yeah.
Europe.
So let me ask, because your question is, should they have saved or should they have done the experience? And you're asking the wrong person because
there's no right answer.
So I think that's it. I think if you ask a financial person what they should do, the financial person is going to say, you need to save the money and prepare for later in life. If you ask a person who believes that you're not going to be taking it with you and that life is meant to be lived, you're going to say, what's money ever useful except to spend it?
Yeah.
Having money without spending it is like hoarding gold and living in it. Like you can't eat gold, but you can spend it for bread. Like it's weighing it out. What you shouldn't do is perpetually live off of credit cards and constantly be in debt, because then there's a book that basically says that if you live in debt, you're a slave to the debtor. You're
Yes.
constantly trying to pay that off. But if you can get to a place where you're not beholden to a creditor or credit card and you can afford to splurge and do activities, then why not? Like, you should save a little bit, but you should also experience life.
That's the hard part though. Like,
It's
what
the
is that
balance.
balancing act? And my sister actually is a perfect example. She about, I think 6, 7 years ago, when a little before 50, got Guillain-Barré, which is a nerve damage. It
Oh.
starts kind of at your feet. It works all the way up. And if it's not caught in time, it actually starts to shut down your liver and the functions and stuff.
Oh, I'm
And
so sorry.
it got up into her legs.
Ooh.
And so now she has to use a
Walker?
walker type thing. I mean,
Okay.
it's not that bad all the time, but no,
Right.
she struggles with walking now.
Right.
So she cannot go to Europe and do those kind of trips.
Yeah.
Or she could, but she's going to need a lot of assisting. If you go to some of those countries, they have the cobblestones, those type of things. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
she's not going to go to a beach in the Caribbean now either. So it's that balancing act of
missed opportunities.
Yes.
And life experience versus do you save the money? And the real thing you should do is figure out how to get paid to do those things. Right. Or
there it
have
is.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, really, the trick is
influencers that goes and
influencers
travels.
that
Yeah,
travel,
that would be
like-
awesome.
like they have now a lot of them are now suffering from the fact that it doesn't work anymore like it used to, but
It's flooded.
100%. But there are a few that did, and they lived crazy life experiences. I will say this though, as someone who's had a pretty crazy life, because I've traveled and I've done a lot of things, and of course, people are going to say, "Well, you've got to do all those things." So what you're about to say doesn't count for anything. I have found a unique pleasure at being satisfied wherever I am at whatever station I am. So there are times when I have nothing and I can still be satisfied with that. There are times I have a lot and I'm satisfied with that as well. Now, that's funny because I talk
It's
about
very unique though.
it's very unique. I do hunger for more, and we talked about my incessant need to grow my business. That's different than the satisfaction of where I am individually. I used to have a need to be around people all the time. It was unhealthy. I didn't want to be alone. As I developed as a person and I really pushed myself to be intellectual and like really look at myself and understand my world, finances, everything else, like just growing as a person, I realized there's something nice about not doing anything and being, just like meditation or just enjoying the things you already purchased. I can't tell you how many games I own I haven't played. I collect video games. I love video games. I could never spend another dime, and I probably still won't finish all the games I own if I spent every day playing a game and beat all of them. I have that many. It's sickening, right? Am I still going to buy more? Absolutely, because they're shiny and cool and I want one, right? It's my thing.
Kind of goes back to what we were talking
Right?
about with
But
the
if
spending habits,
but-
unfortunately.
But I've gotten a lot better, and I go, hey, instead of buying this one, I'll play something I used to own and I'll enjoy it, right? There's something to be said about enjoying the things you've already invested in, but it takes a unique mindset to do that.
Those games, I don't know how investing are those. I'm sure some.
Well,
of them-
no, I
Okay.
say investment as I purchase them,
Oh.
so I should enjoy it, right?
Okay.
And I do actually look at my games. I look at the price and I go, oh, how many hours does it take to play? So what does that equal per hour of gameplay? Is it worth the buy? So if the game's 10 hours and it costs me $100, well, that's expensive. That's $10 an hour. Now, if it costs me $20 and I get 200 hours of gameplay, well, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Done. So that's kind of how I've done things with at least the games. But what I was trying to say was you can have life experiences without spending a ton of money if you're smart.
I mean, you can just going to parks with family, hanging out. I mean, there's so many places here. I talk about it in California
Mhm.
that I have not even been to. That I talk about going to all these places outside of California, and there's so many places that are beautiful around here.
There's like how many national parks in California
Right?
that are beautiful and amazing that I'm like, I should probably go check those out.
But we don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Jelly Belly factory. How many times have you
Oh,
gone to
yeah.
like
Once.
We used to have
Been to Alcatraz once, and
yeah. We used to have the beer company, and then I found out they don't give free samples out, and I got really sad
What?
about that. I'm like, come on, you're right there. It's
yeah,
like
free 6-pack.
free 6-pack, right? No. But yeah, so if you're creative,
Yeah, but it just goes back to if we get that money,
Yeah.
most people are not going to spend it wise.
yeah.
And now when I say wise, I'm not saying going on a trip to Europe is not wise, because that's that life experience we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that they are going to buy a TV because it's an upgrade.
A new pair of kicks.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now, I'm not saying, but
you can buy
do you
a
need new
$20
balances?
new car.
Or do you need, a 200 pair of Nike Air Jordans? I think those are still a thing, right?
I have to. So in the next 2 years, and this is I'm going to have to buy a new car. Now, when I mean I'm going to have to buy a new car, my current car, which was bought secondhand, is about to hit 250,000 miles. In the next 2 years, I'll hit 300,000. My transmission is going to go in the next 50 to 75,000. There's no question. The mechanic knows it. I know it. The mechanic's excited. I am less excited. Once that transmission goes, that car is dead. To fix it, it's not worth it. There is a ticking clock on this car. So I'm already looking at, okay, what is the next thing I buy? And I'm going to be used, not going to be brand new. But if your car is working, you don't need a new car. You want a new car.
Yes, and that's the difference of where spending habits come in.
I think that's the thing,
and you can try and teach. And I say younger generation. There's still my generation and older that buy frivolously. I do it on certain things either. Yeah. I didn't need to build the gym that we've talked about in these podcasts.
No,
I did not need to do that.
It's amazing though.
Yeah, I love it. I enjoy it. And my thinking was on that one is my wife and I didn't want to go on vacations for a couple years, so that was our spending.
Right.
But again, even going on vacation. Yeah. Is spending frivolously. It's nothing you need for survival.
No.
But are you enjoying life?
Yeah.
And those are the balancing. That's why I said there's no right answer to whether or not you should or should not be spending it. But if you're always in debt, maybe you need to look at your spending habits is the only thing I'm trying to suggest.
No, and I think that's wise. My dad once said, today's luxuries become tomorrow's necessities.
Yes.
So be careful what you get into now, because tomorrow you feel like you'll need them. It's very hard to let go of that unless you have some life altering experiences like some of us have had. Yeah. And you realize that, things won't sustain you.
Well, it's like Gary Vee always talks about. You can walk across the street tomorrow morning and be hit by a car.
Yeah.
So if you never were experiencing things and you kept all your money just in the savings, what kind of life is that?
Exactly. Whoever's getting that money is really happy with you, but you can't take it with you.
But if you are spending all your money and you keep saying that you're broke all the time and you don't like society and life,
that's a different problem.
Is that fair to say as well? You have the opportunity to turn and do things differently.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of frivolous and things that you should do, you know what you should do if you're watching this episode?
Hit the like button.
Yes, he's got it, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, that bell, that subscribe, share with a friend, share with an enemy, share with a frenemy. We don't care. Just share it. Help us get more people to like the show and watch it. And of course, leave us a comment. Tell us how you're going to spend that $1 million that Space Daddy Elon Musk is going to give us all. We'd love to know. And we'd love to know which of you are going to spend, how many is going to save it. What would you really do with the money? Don't lie. Until next time, we are the Average White Guys.